Okay, now it is my privilege to have Shawn Burtenshaw to be here this morning on behalf of our NCHA partner, and I want to stress partner, with Lucas Oil and Forrest Lucas. In addition to being the founder of Lucas Oil, Forrest founded Protect the Harvest, designed to preserve our American Western lifestyle and heritage. Shawn would like to address us and outline the Protect the Harvest plans, which affect the entire horse industry directly. I want to say something personally. I have been invited to join the American Horse Council, and I had an opportunity to get in different divisions. I chose animal welfare because that is a big problem on the horizon. And Forrest Lucas and his company are in there pitching for us. We need them. We need to embrace them to help us have logical ways that we can keep erratic people from stopping what we do. So we need pushback. We need to be strong. We need to go for what's right. We need to preserve ranching and farming. And the general population doesn't know what we do. They don't. All we're going to do is go in and tell the truth and try to make sure the American people allow us to continue to ranch and farm and produce the animals and continue to produce these cutting horses, which preserves this Western lifestyle. We are the pinnacle. So I think we need to be the ones that are the leaders to help these people. So if it comes to needing contributions, or at least needing support, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it. I'm writing a check to help these guys. Okay? So Shawn, let's hear what you got to say.
Thanks, Chuck. Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be here today. Of course, preparing for a presentation like this is never easy. I look out here and see a lot of familiar faces from the horse shows over the last few years. Anybody who has been involved in the horse industry at every level, the AQHA, the NRHA, NCHA, NSHA, has probably recognized the presence of Lucas Oil and Protect the Harvest in those organizations. The reason we have become involved in those is, to promote Lucas Oil. But on the bigger side is to preserve this industry. This industry is under attack as we speak from many different levels of the extreme animal rights groups. Many of you may not know the ways they go about trying to attack an industry like this. Their main goal is to put you out of business. We have the Humane Society of the United States President and CEO, video audio stating he wants to eliminate all domestic animal ownership. That is their goal. You think they're going to walk out the door and do it tomorrow? No. It's slowly, one swing of the axe at a time, legislatively, judicially, passing different measures, state to state, little by little, until all of a sudden it's disappeared and it's gone. Currently, right now, there are pieces of legislation to amend the Horse Protection Act. Is anybody here familiar with the Horse Protection Act? It was established in 1970. Now there is language in that act that applies to today that would make it illegal to use leg wraps, bell boots, skid boots, many different types of horseshoes, sole pads. Would this affect your industry? It very much would. It would make it illegal to use those products on your horses that are being shown or sold at a public facility. And then to leave the judgment to the independent third party which would be a representative of the Humane Society of the United States, to come to your horse show, to monitor the use of such products and tell you whether you can or cannot compete. This is real, and it's as real as it gets. The Transportation Act. Who in here ever thought the greatest show on earth, the circus, Barnum and Bailey's, Ringling Brothers, would ever be put out of business? The language in the legislation to put those businesses out of business also overrides into the horse industry. If legislatively they can ban the transport of exhibition animals, do you think that would affect you? I do. If they make it to where you have to have climate-controlled trailers to transport your animals, is that going to affect you? Absolutely. And those things are in play. Some of them have been signed into law by the previous administration. And now we are going back in as Protect the Harvest with the help of Lucas Oil to reverse those. And if they don't get reversed, the whole industry is in a lot of trouble. Last night, sitting at the banquet, that was an amazing experience. And I was watching Leon Harrell at the beginning of his speech on the big screen say how empty his life would be without a horse. And man, he coined it big. I got goosebumps sitting there. When he said that, I thought, that is what we do at Protect the Harvest. That is almost our main mission, is to make sure this industry, other industries within the livestock, animal production, continues. My life would have been completely empty if it wasn't for a horse. And then as I went on and listened to different parts of his speech, there was another part that he was talking about personally, to do our part, to the people, the trainers, the owners, do our part. And at Protect the Harvest, that is our part, is helping you guys be able to do your part, to keep your industry alive, to keep you trainers in the saddle, to keep the breeders producing horses, to keep, I look at it as even a bigger picture. You look at the trade show over there, at the Futurity, at the Super Stakes, at the Summer Spectacular, at every major event. If your guys' industries are shut down, the lady selling shirts down at the end of the aisle, where does she go? The guy making saddles, what happens to him? The guy selling trailers, what happens to him? It's all a huge chain effect. And the possibilities now of this happening are a lot greater now than 20 years ago. I got involved 20 years ago in a similar aspect of battling against the Humane Society of the United States on ballot initiatives. They were our punchline. Those people of the Humane Society of the United States and extreme animal rights groups, they were the punchline to our joke. Now those people are wearing suits and ties, walk the halls of Congress, and dictate legislation about how you are going to operate. We need your help. Help us help you. We have people monitoring legislation. We have attorneys on staff. We have people state to state, judicially, legislatively, working to preserve the entire agriculture industry. From land use issues, horse issues, beef production, pork production, poultry production. I never thought we would have to fight so hard to be able to feed people. Growing up on the farm and ranch, who ever would have thought we would have had to fight to feed people? And that's the position we're in today. These groups have made great strides over the last several years. They have passed different pieces of legislation in different states that directly affect the livestock and animal production. And it's all relative to these horse shows. They can use language to put a circus out of business as far as transportation animals that do relate to the horse industry. They use kind of a smoke and mirrors campaign. I know we're getting kind of, Bill Terry's going to give me the wink here pretty soon when we're running short on time, but I could go on all day, and I would like to. I would like to be able to sit here all day and go issue to issue, state to state, of what we have been working for you guys. But my main cause here today is to try to get you, as the Horse Association, with your AQHA, NCHA, is to get you engaged. We've been involved at Protect the Harvest very, very deeply. But we need your help. You know, help us help you. Do you guys want to go out every single day, look up legislative measures, talk to the congressman, make phone calls to DC, try to raise money to fight the next bill coming down the line? Or do you want to just saddle up your horse and go ride? Because what we are faced against, and I know what it's like being on a farm, ranch, riding horses. We get up in the morning, we feed, do the chores, irrigate, cut hay, harvest grain, ship cattle, work cattle, brand. And this is our life. The groups that we fight against, their life consists, they wake up in the morning and they want to put you out of business. And that's what they do all day long. And the next time somebody tells me that these animal rights groups, those people are crazy, they're nuts. I've heard that so many times, I'm sick of it. They are not crazy. They are not nuts. They are very focused. They're very motivated, extremely well funded, and they're winning. I think there's enough people within this association and within the horse industry to step up and help Protect the Harvest on a legislative, whether it's influence legislatively, financially. Forrest Lucas has been flipping this bill himself. Spent millions upon millions of dollars blocking legislation, running counter campaigns, trying to pass right to farm bills in different states, all the way from Massachusetts to California. So many of these will directly affect your industry. And I would like commitments. I would like to somehow get a commitment from many people to look us up at Protect the Harvest. We've branded Protect the Harvest in front of the horse industry for years now. And I'd like to hope that people have looked it up, saw what we're doing. We have social media outlets that you can see a lot of the things we're involved with. Now it's time to step to the plate and help out. You know, Mr. Lucas, as an agriculturist himself, that's how this all began. And he realized nobody was fighting back. Nobody was pushing back against these special interest groups. They would come in, bully their way through, smoke and mirrors, threats, and everybody was caving, everybody was backing up. So now we have a man with a backbone stand up, bow his chest up, and say, not on my watch. This is not going to happen on my watch. And Forrest Lucas, his main goal in life right now is to preserve and save agriculture in America. And I think we need to help him out. If we had more people like him, this would be secure for the rest of our lives. So I see a lot of the, big name trainers out here. When you guys were young, coming up, looking into the game, watching Leon Harrow, you know, watching those big name cutters. You're trying to be them, you know. Now you look out here and you see Lloyd Cox, Phil Rapp, Boyd Rice. The kids today want to be you. What are we going to do to when those kids, there's somebody that they want to be? So let's make an effort. Let's secure this industry. Let's get by and protect the harvest. I travel about 300 days a year doing this, working for you guys. And it's exhausting. If you knew what I knew, you wouldn't sleep at night either. Because there's a lot out there. And there's a lot out there that needs done. And we need your help. We need to be able to continue to do this. So, and I'm going to be around all day. If you guys want to talk, visit, chew me out, whatever. I'm always open, and I have an open door, and you guys contact me anytime. So let's thank you guys for letting me be here today. I appreciate the time, and if there's anything else we can help you with, just let us know. Thanks.